Well, today is July 8th, 2026. It's a Wednesday. It's going to be getting real hot starting tomorrow, but today we're meeting around 9:30, and it's still pretty cool, especially in the shade. The Alpaca boys were already out in the big pasture early this morning, but when Tavis went out there to tell them that it's time for school, they just followed him right into our new training area here. And I have on schedule for today two things. We're gonna try the new bareback pad on Alpha and put the older bareback pad on Beta. And then we're going to try to clip Alpha's toenails. I didn't plan this ahead of time, as I didn't realize it until yesterday and today. His toenails are not acceptable. They're too long, and you will see, I hope, because I will show you. We found the clippers that we've used in the past. When we clipped in the past, we clipped at the cross ties that are on the sheds. But the boys have been so good about tying to our portable panels here in our tacking area, our new tacking area, that we're going to see if we can clip Alpha's toenails by just tying him to the panel like we usually do. That means we're going to have to lift his legs. And that's what's tricky when it comes to alpacas. They sure don't like to have their legs lifted. And in the past, we have done it, and just long enough to be able to clip, but will we be able to do it today? We'll see, and I hope you'll see, because I hope we will be able to film this and upload it, this show today. Now, Brownie and Blackie, my goats, definitely came into the training area today. They are in the tacking area. They can go through any fence that I have here. They just choose, and I'm grateful for this, not to go anywhere else. They like to stay here at the Rancho's location of Shadrack Farms, and they don't like to even go down the driveway, my concrete driveway, to the front gate. They choose to spend their times together here at the Ranchos on places that they seem to be comfortable being. And they usually are together. If I see one and don't see the other, I usually go out and look for the other, but I don't have to look very far because the other one is going to be nearby. Now, Tavis is coming from the house. He had to get a Band-Aid. Let me talk about what's going on here at the Ranchos in July. You can see that we have a lot of green grass, but we also have dry grass. It's hard, even though I'm irrigated, most of my pasture land here, it's hard to keep the irrigation risers working correctly. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to assign that to somebody who works for me in property maintenance, which means they'll have to come out at the scheduled times and make sure that the risers are watering what we are trying to irrigate. Now, dry grass is good to eat too. Green grass, I'm sure, is more tasty. What are the alpacas choosing to do now? They're at this tree that has some dry grass, because apparently the nearest irrigation riser doesn't reach around it. but they seem to be fine on grazing on the dry grass. But over there, our older training area, I have a couple of hoses out there, and I turn them on with a timer a couple times during the day, and I'm getting some green grass there, but most of that training area is dry grass. Although the alpacas, day and night, choose to go out there and do what they're doing now. They choose to graze on grass, whether it be green or dry. Now here is Thor. He absolutely loves coming out here with us. This is his wheeled buggy with pillows in it. And we put him in the shade, and he gets to watch. And I try to stay nearby so he'll see me. Now what I'm going to do is part of the review of today's lesson plan. I'm going to carefully walk over, especially for anybody who hasn't seen our new training area, to show you closer what's going on in our training area. It should be mowed. We're going to try to get my Kubota tractor with my flail mower here this weekend. It's at the main ranch, which is about 15 minutes away, but we can haul it here with my truck and trailer. And we're going to try to do a flat ground area here for training. We've got portable panels up to make a rectangle with a perimeter, so that the alpaca boys know what the training area is. I see a small critter walking there. I think it might be a small cat, but the grasses are so high, it's hard to tell. And remember, on the other side of those railroad ties is the Rancho's trails. What we're going to do this week, maybe next week, depending upon when we get to it, is we're going to go out. I have 5 gates here on the Ranchos. We're going to go out one gate from the big pasture and just take one alpaca on a tour of areas here at my Rancho's ranch where they don't get to browse and graze. And then the next time we'll do it with the other alpaca. And eventually, when I can get commitment from a third helper, we'll take both alpacas out. I'll video it. We'll first do it again around this ranch, but then we'll go out to the Rancho's trails. And then maybe by August, maybe, because we need to do this enough so that we're comfortable that the boys are not going to be a safety hazard, so that we're comfortable with strangers that have their children or their pets along for an alpaca walk at the Ranchos. And that's how we will be advertising it for a donation. Okay, now I'm going closer. Beta is still back here. Alpha is in the tacking area. For our lessons, we pretty much outline what we think we're going to do that day, but if the prerequisite skills are not there, or we haven't anticipated all of the complications, that's okay. We'll do it next time, as long as we all stay alive and well. So you're going to put the new bareback pad on him. And
did you want me to clip his toes?
yeah, but what I'd like you to do is get the bareback pad on him, make sure it will be good next time. We need a longer screw, but put the bareback pad on him and then pick up his front legs.
Okay.
And see if he'll let you do it. And if he won't, well, then we've got to figure out what we have to do to practice. This is just training. It's learning. I am a credentialed math teacher in California, and I've been tutoring math since 1983. And it's become essential in my tutoring protocol to be in touch with the teacher or the parent who's trying to help the student learn, to find out ahead of time what they're trying to teach them. Because I'm going to be addressing what I think are going to be the challenges based on the student and the prerequisite skills that he has or has not gotten. And I'm sorry to say that in our public school system, a lot of the prerequisite skills have not been gotten ever since COVID. And that's becoming obvious in evaluations of public education. And it will continue to be obvious because there will be more evaluations and more disappointing reports. Okay, he's putting on the new blue bareback pad. Alpha doesn't seem to be concerned at all. And I thought maybe we'd bring Beta in, but if Alpha starts getting very concerned about clipping his toenails, it might be better for Beta to be back over there near his buddy Thor. And let's see what Alpha says. Brownie and Blackie are in here. Alpha's pulling his neck down, but he's letting Tavis, I think he's letting Tavis pick up the leg. I'm gonna go over here carefully to try to get a better view of what Alpha's saying about Tavis picking up his feet. Complications with the goats being here. Okay, Alpha's saying, no, I'm not going to let you pick up my leg. Let's see what he says now. And it's looking like, yeah, the goats came out. They're sensing that that's not a good place to be right now. See how long his toenails are. I hadn't looked down beyond his leg hairs until the last couple days, and I realized, I looked down on Beta, he's much better, but Alpha's much too long. Oh, he said, I'm gonna maybe go down on my front legs. Okay, I am going to be looking for YouTube videos that address this activity. Oh, he's going down. Can you cut him if he's down? If he's on his front legs, knees? He's going down. He just doesn't know.
Backs really aren't that bad right now.
You don't think they're that bad? The front ones are.
Yeah, I got the front ones.
Oh, did you? You clipped them already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, good. Let's just, one tiny baby step at a time. We'll work on the back ones. I see they're slightly longer than the front ones. If we ask them to lay down, can you even reach the back ones?
Not really.
Not So it's got to be while he's standing up, and we don't want you to get kicked, and we don't want him to get concerned. Yeah, and he got his tie off the panel. We might take him back to the cross ties at the sheds if we can't figure out how to do it safely here. Do you remember, did we have problems with the back legs at the sheds?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Okay. All right, now let's go we're moving on. It's all right to teach in steps. Get there one way or another, know what you can't and can do, and know what needs to be taught before the next thing is accomplished. Okay, so with Beta, now we're putting the old bareback pad on now, and Beta's been pretty good about haltering. And how's he gonna do today? As soon as we touch him on his neck, he usually stops. It's all right, it's all right. Okay, he's stopping. And this bareback pad on Alpha seems to be okay. It doesn't seem to be moving under his belly. We did break a halter weeks ago, and we're just trying to use it today, and we'll repair it more properly and before our next lesson. Beta is patiently waiting. He knows that he's the object of this learning experience at this time. He's closing his eyes, as a matter of fact. His ears are back. He's just patiently waiting because he knows that he's the student now. Both of them are being very patient. I'm so proud of them. I know I have another alpaca halter somewhere here, and I'll look for that before our next lesson. But by our next lesson, in a couple days, it's supposed to be much hotter. Okay, now is he gonna be good? Yes, he is being good, and I did bring my clicker out. I realized I'm out of sight of Thor, so I'm gonna walk back over as soon as we get the halter on and put the bareback pad on, and then just go into the training area behind us, not the big pasture. See if we can do it with both of them and you just holding them. Or are there going to be issues, problems? If you can see from this distance, Beta's nails are much shorter than Alpha's. Okay, now Beta's being tied to the portable panel, which he's done many times already. Let's see how he behaves to get his bareback pad on. And I'm going to carefully walk over to the other panel on the other side so that Thor sees me, but yet we'll be able to video Beta's behavior getting his bareback pad on. We're just going to try to make this a regular activity. Thor's doing okay. Good. Beta's being good. They look great in their pads. So we're not going into the big pasture. We're going to come through this gate here. Now once Tavis has both lines in his hand, he does now, I'm going to open this gate. I'm going to stay in the shade. I'm going to walk towards Thor's buggy to make sure I can prevent any possible crash if we have runaway alpacas. So far, so good. Yeah, you could even go into the training area since that's enclosed in fences, portable panels. Just walking today, just behaving today is our goal. Look how nice they're walking. I'm very pleased so far. They're looking out on the rancho's trails on the other side of those railroad ties. There's nothing out there right now, actually. There haven't been very many people or animals on the trails in months. I saw one horse with a rider on the back about a week ago, and otherwise hardly ever. But that's because of the times, because of the economy. But it's so nice and peaceful here, and I'm glad I have these trees for shade. They're looking out on the trails. I hope they don't decide to get excited. And I'm going to step back a little bit. Okay, we're okay. A little bit of a zigzag is good. They're being very good. I'm glad we got these bareback pads. And remember, alpacas the size of my alpha and beta can easily handle the weight of a child that's no more than 100 pounds. Good, good. And Tavis is putting some weight. Whoops, he kicked back out. Was he objecting to the weight?
I think Beta was getting close to him or something.
Okay, because he did kick out. I'm glad Beta wasn't any closer. So he's putting weight on the new blue bareback pad. I decided to, when I ordered my second pad, to make it a different color, so we'd be able to choose who's going to get which pad today. They're both the same design and weight and size. And here's Thor having a good time being out here. And these are my equipment shelters. But if need be, if I do bring some of my other farm animals here from the main sanctuary, I can keep the equipment elsewhere and use these shelters for farm animals. They're looking around, but they're being good. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give them a click. Very, very nice so far. Very good. A's for both of them. Now the only issue today that we uncovered, and we just should have remembered this from months ago, is how to clip the back toenails. We'll be watching YouTube videos, making plans, and show you. Just stay tuned to the Urban Alpaca Girl Show, which we always try to upload right after we have filmed it. Good. And these are portable panels. Even I can move them. I'm only 120 pounds. And I'm 82 years old, but I'm very active as best I can be at my age. Very nice. Will they go on the tub? Looks like it. Let's see. Left front leg only so far for Beta. Alpha's chosen not to go in.
That'd be cool.
They're drinking. Okay, looks like Alpha might go in. We'll leave it up to him. They get to come out here to this tub anytime during the day. I close that gate at night so they can't come out here or the big pasture at night because I can't watch them. I don't have cameras and lights out here. Okay. Now, be careful when you go back into the equipment area. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to slowly walk over there and close that gate into the big pasture. We're not going to take that big step today. Although we have been out there in the big pasture individually with each of them with a bareback pad on, and there's been no problems whatsoever. This was an equipment area, this tacking area, and when we didn't need it anymore because we took my UTV to my main sanctuary site, I said, let's make it a training area because it's close to the big pasture, which is close to the rancho's trails. Okay, I'm gonna come back. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Whoops, okay, what spooked them? Do you have any idea?
Thor's collar when he was shaking.
They heard something from Thor's?
The collar.
The collar? Okay. Okay, see, that's why we have to practice a lot. Is what's going to spook them out on the rancho's trails. Okay, boys. It was nice that you... Whoops, whoops. Okay, a little bit of a spook going in. And this is Alpha because he has the blue pad on. Okay, and I'm going to go and close the gate. you can see we have to practice a lot. And that is the case with mathematics too. Believe me, when I tutor a new concept, I require proof of practice. And my new tutoring model is going to involve AI so that the proof for the practice and the proof of practice will be made available to me as feedback. Even if the parent doesn't know how to do it, AI does, and I'll make sure that the student will know how to access AI and even video, YouTube videos. A lot to learn there too with mathematics. Okay, one alpaca is untacked. And now Beta needs to be untacked. Is he going to be okay? So far, yes. We're going to take the black bareback pad off. He's allowing it.